excuse my voice and excuse the low quality of what I am about to do. This is one of the rare moments that I tape. Walking after my dinner, but also challenging myself to actually do what I said I was going to do, and record any time of the day and night, and show up as my authentic self as walking. So what's really cool is more light required. So let me just adjust this. Is that I have this iHome OHAM Steady 6 gimbal, and I am just figuring out the lighting, the AI sensors, and maybe too bright. I don't know. It's kind of an irony that I'm trying to figure this out on the go. But hey, the good news is that this is working. So this very instrument, the gimbal, had me paralyzed nearly 6, 7, 8 months ago. And this thing was just sitting in a box. I did not unbox it. I did not unwrap it. And once I did, which is like 2 months later after I bought it, I still didn't start the channel. I still wasn't uploading any videos. And it was the paralysis by overanalysis and looking for excuses to not start the channel. So I just came back home from my acting class, and I turned on the TV. There was a lot of noise, right? The elections are over, but there's still a lot of noise. And I think politics will be here before our time and after our time. And once the elections are over, they're new news, if that makes sense. The drama never ends, right? So I had to deliberately turn it off, eat my meal, dinner, try to switch in between TV stations, YouTube as well, find something meaningful. Then in my head, I started programming the walk, right? And it's actually 53 Fahrenheit right now, which is not too bad. So 53 Fahrenheit, and what's counterintuitive is that when you wake up in the morning, it's about the same temperature here in Las Vegas, 53, 49 maybe in the morning. So I say that in context is because a lot of this is perception, walking at night, obviously in a safe zone as possible. But the temperature I thought was going to deter me, and I was not going to come out and walk tonight. But that's completely the opposite. I was actually inspired. Surprisingly, it's not that cold still, even for 53. Partially because I've been moving. Partially is because I've done majority of my walking. Most of it is because I had a very light workout today, resistance training. I got my arms in, triceps in, the minimum, and then set forth to class, my acting class. And I knew in the back of my head that it may actually be nice to get out and complete around a circuit in my complex. So that's exactly what I'm choosing to do. Why not take my gimbal and just hit record and knock out a video? So hopefully you're getting inspired, and there's a charge, motivation, there's the electricity that I'm passing to you, that you would want to do the same. That hopefully that this is rubbing off of you is what I'm trying to say. If I saw someone doing this, for sure I'd be inspired. I'd be like, man, look at this guy, right? Or girl. And I would get out right away. When you see people doing things out of the ordinary, it's truly extraordinary. I'm not trying to play on words here, but I don't see anyone else walking right now. Obviously, it's a little awkward, right? People are like, who is this guy with a gimbal? What's he talking about? Walking at this time of the night, blah, blah, blah. I'm not. You got to ignore that and just focus on your craft. Focus on you. For my meal today, I didn't eat a whole lot, which is good. Your calorie balance deficit and surplus for the week has its sweet spots and bright spots, right? Just today, I was just really busy, knocking out content, getting ready for class, errands. I did grocery shopping, and got my car wash done. You probably saw the early videos that I posted today. Snippets are in there. And so through the day, what my meal looked like today was, again, standard. Once you have a system and a protocol, most of your meals, especially if you do intermittent fasting and stay busy and work out, your meals relatively stay the same. So 2 leg quarters, 3 scoops of whey protein shake, 1 Quest bar, and a cup of watermelon. That's all I had. And I'm full. And I'm saying that's all I had. I don't really track my calories as religiously as I used to, because I know I kind of have a guesstimate, and I'm really good at ballparking my caloric intake. So all of that right there was about a shade under 1,200 calories. Can I eat more? Yes. Do I need more? No. I measure it on the fullness level. And right there was just about what I needed. And then, as a good rule of thumb, I try to go to bed just a little bit hungry. Just leave a little bit more room in your stomach, right? I love it. I got my lungs and heart rate going again. So that's really it, in a nutshell. Once you get the system down, you'll be inspired to walk more. You instill these types of habits, they become your identity. You begin to show up a certain way, and it becomes your calling. And then think about this, right? We talk about the winter arc, fourth quarter, although there's no such thing as the winter arc. In my opinion, it's a good period of realization. The holidays, it slows you down, but it's a good reflectory. I can't even say the word right, but I think that's the word for it. You kind of sort of look back and try to start measuring your goals, your reset your vision, your mind, and you start projecting and looking outward what you want 2025 to look like. So multitasking, this is how you want to get ahead of most of the population, the general norm. This is what sets you apart. Your habits set you apart. When you see the finished product on someone, on how they look, how they appear, just remember that you're falling in love, right, with that final product. But the reality is that what you didn't see is all the hours, the minutes, the sacrifices, right, including food choices, nutrition, sleep, walking, drinking your gallon of water. All these choices go into that final product. And when you get there, it's not like you stay there. You have to now do things to maintain and pay attention to what got you there, right? Think about that. So the analogy I always like to give is the martial arts analogy, is that just because you have a black belt in martial arts, that doesn't mean that's it. Now there's degrees, first degree, second degree. Black belt gets you the entry into the cool club, right, at the table. But when you look further into different levels, you have the grandmasters, right, 6th, 7th degree Dan, black belt, and so forth. So once you get your 6-pack, your 4-pack, or your best version, your perfect body, whatever you had envisioned, now you have to remember what got you there. Think about how hard it was. In some cases, how easy it was. Most cases, it's difficult is because it's tough to be consistent. A lot has to go right for you to get in optimum shape. But then, what do we consider a lot, right? So it's really, once again, narrowing it down and putting all of this into perspective that this is a lifestyle. This whole walk is probably taking me anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. But look at what I've done. That's my reward. So in my head, I was already programming and just forcing myself naturally, not even forcing, but it was my calling. I've done this many times. So it's become me. And once you see the final, what's ahead, if you can visualize and see what's ahead and the reward that awaits, you're gonna want to pick up the phone, the gimbal. You're gonna want to put on your tracker, your watch, Apple Watch, your phone that tracks your steps as well. It's got a step tracker. You're going to do whatever it takes because the feeling of achieving greatness is very special, and not a lot of people can get there. I like to think that I'm unique. I've got a little bit of crazy in me, in a good way. I can control it. The old me would be drinking, especially after a class like acting, right? There's a lot of highs and lows, but it's not a pass to celebrate because the work has to be done still. I'm on my last stretch here, but you can see what a good 12 minutes, 15, 16 minutes does for your body. And I wanted to document this. Let me make a loop here. Touch the fence, I make a loop, touch the fence and go back. I'll turn the video off in a bit here, but this feels great. I don't know if you feel cold. The backdrop is Las Vegas Strip, by the way. So cool. All right, folks. I want to make my way back home. And it's still relatively not too late in the night. It's really after 9 o'clock right now. Hope you enjoyed this one. It's a nice brisk 15-minute walk or so after my dinner. I've kickstarted my digestion, the blood flow, and you rinse, lather, repeat. You live another day, you extend your life, and you tell your story. Okay? Put in the work. Mamba out.